Today we're diving into a really fascinating, kind of counterintuitive idea, the psychology behind people who choose not to get revenge. It's an incredibly powerful move, and we're going to break down the science of what's actually happening in the brain.
I mean, of course you have, right? It's just part of being human. Someone cuts you off in traffic, a coworker steals your idea, a friend just really lets you down. You know that feeling, that hot, immediate flash of wanting to strike back? That's a deep, primal instinct.
But here's where things get interesting. We're so often taught that strength means hitting back, evening the score. But what if that's completely backward? What if the most powerful, the most strategic thing you can do when you're wronged is, well, nothing?
So, how does this actually work? It all starts with something we can call the power of stillness. And let's be super clear, this is not about being a doormat. It's about completely redefining what strength looks like, seeing it as a conscious choice, not just some automatic reaction.
The core idea here is what you might call quiet power. Now, this isn't weakness, it's not passive. It is an active, deliberate process of managing your own internal state, of choosing calm when your body is screaming for chaos. It's all about holding on to your power instead of just giving it away in a flash of anger.
This is probably the most important mental flip we have to make, because in that moment, it feels like weakness to not retaliate. But the research, it suggests it's the exact opposite. It's actually a sign of some seriously advanced cognitive functioning. It means your brain is doing something really, really sophisticated.
And that brings us to the actual mechanism behind all of this. I want you to think of it like your brain has its own emergency brake pedal. We're going to get into the science of something called cognitive inhibition, because this is the key that unlocks that quiet power.
So what on earth is cognitive inhibition? Put simply, it's the thinking, rational part of your brain, your prefrontal cortex, stepping in and telling the more primitive, emotional parts of your brain, the ones screaming attack, to just hold on a second. It's that tiny, crucial pause between what happens to you and how you respond.
So here's how this plays out in real time, in just 4 steps. First, you've got the trigger, the insult, the slight. Immediately, step 2 kicks in. That impulse to lash out just fires up. But then, and this is the magic moment, step 3 happens. That cognitive brake pedal gets slammed down. And that creates the space for step 4, making a conscious, deliberate choice instead of just a knee-jerk reaction.
And this leads us to what people with this skill actually do. They don't just stop the angry impulse. They replace it with something far more powerful. They actively choose a path of detachment over getting sucked into a conflict.
I mean, just look at this comparison. It makes the strategic advantage so clear. The typical conflict response, it's reactive, it's emotionally draining, and you're basically handing the remote control for your feelings over to the other person. But the detachment response, that's proactive. You stay in control, your mind is regulated, and you keep your power exactly where it belongs, with you.
This quote just nails it, doesn't it? Choosing detachment isn't pretending that what happened was okay. It's making a smart, calculated decision that your own mental peace, your own energy, is way more valuable than the short-lived, bitter satisfaction of revenge. It's a strategic move.
Okay, so let's bring this all home. Why does any of this actually matter for you? Because here's the best part. This quiet power, it's not some magic ability you're either born with or you're not. It's a mental muscle. It's a skill that you can actually understand and get better at over time.
So let's just quickly recap the big takeaways. Number 1, choosing not to retaliate is a sign of some seriously high-level emotional control. 2, the tool that makes it all possible is cognitive inhibition. 3, the result is this detachment response, which protects your mental and emotional energy. And 4, this whole system, this quiet power, it's a sign of a highly developed cognitive framework.
When you boil it all down, it really comes to this. We so often mistake loudness for strength and reaction for power. But the real, lasting power? It's found in that quiet moment of choice, in the conscious, deliberate decision to remain in control of yourself.
So, I'll leave you with this question to think about. The next time someone really tests you, the next time you feel that flash of anger start to rise, what are you going to choose? Are you going to let your automatic instincts take the wheel? Or will you engage your intellect, hit that brake pedal, and choose the path of quiet power? The choice, as always, is yours.